How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a great week. Welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Black Apino the Apple Guy, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the brand new iPad mini. This is the 5th generation. I'm also going to be showing you how to set up and or restore from a previous iPad backup via iCloud. So let's get into it. As you can see here, this is my brand new iPad 5th generation iPad mini. I got this in space gray, and I got the 64 gig because the previous version that I had, which was a 16, I actually traded in, got some credit for, and decided to get this one. Yes, you can do that with Apple products depending on how old it is. Usually you can get some good credit towards it, and you can actually use it for other Apple devices. I usually tend to do this with most of the Apple stuff that I own, but not all of it. And so we're gonna get right into it. So as you can see, pretty different type of material versus the last stuff that I had before. When I had this, actually it was used a box not to kind of cut through it, but as you can see, it's pretty interesting. So, well, looks like I might actually need my box knife. So here we go. Just going to pop this open here, there, and we're going to slash there. And as you can see, oops, this away, and here we go. Now, I've had an iPad mini before. I actually prefer the minis. I was kind of surprised that they came out with a new mini, as they usually, every time they come out with a new iPad, they neglect to always come out with a new mini. So I was kind of surprised that they came out with one. So I was really excited about getting one, but I really wasn't sure because they redid the iPad Pros, which were the AKA Airs. But I decided to jump back into the mini again because I missed the mini. As you can see, this is the space gray, so we're going to take it off. I actually learned that the space gray on this is actually darker than it is on other previous Apple ones that are space gray. So this is the mini, as you can see, space gray. So we're going to set that right there. And as you can see, it will come with your typical USB-C cord, and then it's going to come with obviously a bunch of Apple stuff. If you ever opened up an Apple box or ever bought Apple stuff, you know it's going to come with the type of material, including the Apple sticker. So I'm going to put that right there. So it comes with the regular power block, although this is a little bit small. It's about the same size as it normally is, so still USB. So as you can see, that is pretty much all that there is to this. Don't see anything else. So we're going to turn this on and see if there's any power to it. Usually I find that there is some. So and we are going to go through the setup process. Obviously English, United States, quick start if you have an iPhone, so yada yada yada, bring it near this. So I could do that with my iPhone, but we're not going to do that. We're going to do the setup manually. But that is what quick start is. Basically, you can just bring your iPhone, if you have the latest iOS, and you can just basically set it right next to it, and it automatically will upload all the stuff that you had. But we're just going to do setup manually, and we're going to do a quick setup on my Wi-Fi, and then we're going back to setting this up. And then after this, it's going to actually ask me if I have any backups that I do down in privacy. Hit continue. Touch ID, we'll set that up now. So it's not too hard to do this. It's a pain in the butt, but it is actually kind of fun. So obviously, you just set your finger, do it again, and we're just going to kind of speed through this. But figured I would do this the way in case anyone uses it. Adjust your grip and then continue. So this way, depending on how you hold your iPad, as you can see, sideways. So you want to make sure you get all your finger. Continue. Then create a passcode. So it's going through this. Then now it's going to say restore from iCloud backup, restore from iTunes backup, set up as a new pad, or move data from an Android. So you can actually, if you have, say you bought a previous Android tablet, whether it's a Samsung or Huawei or whatever, as long as it's Android, you do have the option of actually sitting there and you can actually set up from your Android to this, depending on how you do it. But we're going to do this as a restore from iCloud backup instead of restoring it from an iTunes backup, because I don't have the backup on my computer anymore. Actually, like I said before and previously, I have it all stored up in my iCloud. So we're going to restore from iCloud, and then it's going to ask for my Apple ID. So we're just going to go into that first really quick. Now what's going to happen when you finally get your code and everything set up for it, it'll give you an activation allowing you to sign up. So anytime you add a new Apple device to your iTunes account, it's going to ask for your passcode and your email address. This is what you always use to sign into your iTunes, whether you have an iPad, an iPhone, an Apple Watch. It's going to ask you for requests, so you can hit allow, and then it's going to ask you to do the verifying code. As you can see, that's the code for that. And I basically would just enter that code into the Apple device. Then as you can see, that would be the code. It's updating iCloud, and then it's going to kind of go through all that stuff in a few minutes. Then it's asking me to choose up my backups. As you can see, I've got 2 backups. Other backups are from my iPhone X, so I will not be using that as it's specifically for the iPhone. This is for my iPad mini. This is going to be for my iPad 8th gen. So honestly, it doesn't matter which one I use. So I'm just going to go for the iPad mini 4. Then it's going to set up settings for my backups. Hit continue. It's going to allow me to use Siri and all that other wonderful stuff. So in the background, as you can see, it's loading up. Then we're just going to set up Apple Pay later on. Let me just set it up right now. Apple Analytics, yes. True Tone, yes. Add it to your iPad, and then as you can see, it restores it. It shuts off. Then it will come back on. Doing much, so we're just going to be enabling the passcode for this. And as you can see, it is uploading pretty much all the videos and apps that I had previously backed up on my previous iPad mini 4, and that is pretty much all there is to it. Obviously, it's not going to be coming with the latest update, so if there is an update that needs to be done, you basically, once it's done, go into there, you tap on this, and then it's going to ask you for finishing your settings, and then once you're done, it's going to say finish settings for your iPad. You click on that, and then set up Apple Pay and all that. So if there's anything that you haven't done, you'll get a notification that way. So as you can see, it's just basically going to be doing that. And if you have any passwords that you have to set, then it's going to ask you for that until you get that done. So once you're done with that, that's pretty much it. So that is how you set up an iPad mini. Thanks for watching my video. If this was helpful, please hit that thumbs up if you liked it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell notification. That way you'll never miss content when I drop it. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.